Hey there, everybody. We're glad you're here this week. So glad to be talking to you about something a little bit different. Who are we?
We are Chris and Steve, EatWalkLearn, and we are doing something different right now. We are walking the Camino, and you can probably hear there's some noise in the background. And
we're doing the best we can here.
We're doing the best we can. And we have some friends help us out this week to provide some Nomad tips for you. We know that you are going to enjoy these videos.
So we're going to let these tips roll. They're really fun. They're really hilarious. And thank you to our friends for helping us out this week. Buen Camino, honey.
Buen Camino.
Hi, I'm Kathy. This is Tim. We're with Taste Life with Us.
Yeah, our tip for you today is really all about your accommodations. Accommodations are what make places great. They can also make them nightmares, and that's also where you're going to spend the most money.
Exactly. So you want to really dive into those reviews. Use the search terms to check for things that you care about, like how comfortable are the beds? How fast is the Wi-Fi? Are there utensils in the kitchen? Is there hot water? Do the toilets work? And check the reviews thoroughly also for things that maybe you're not even looking for and don't know how to search for. So it might be things like local transportation that's available. It might be things like a loud bar next door.
Location.
Location is very important. It matters whether the area is walkable and safe. So check your search terms and scour those pictures, right?
Absolutely. Last thing you want to do is find a great place, get there, and find out there's no table or chairs.
Exactly. If you're staying for a long time, you might want more furniture than what is, in your room, like a bed. So really look at the whole property that you're staying at, whether it's a hotel or an Airbnb. Think of it like you're just getting a room on a cruise ship, but you have the whole cruise ship to live in.
Research. The other thing to research are discounts. Because again, this is going to be your most expensive thing. So let's talk about now how we save some money on it. And you got things like Retail Me Not and Rakuten. I'm not very good with that.
These are coupon sites. If you log in through the coupon site, sometimes they have a cashback offer where you will get cashback based on your purchase, as well as discount codes for booking platforms like booking.com, hotel.com, even Airbnb.
Wow.
You can also sometimes get discounts through these sites on gift cards, like at giftcard.com, or even sometimes right on the site. So if you're getting a gift card for 10% off for your booking platform, and then you use that to pay for it, now you're really stacking those discounts and saving yourself some money.
There you go.
So you can save money on accommodations and you can find good ones.
Absolutely. Hey, I hope you guys have found this tip helpful.
Once again, we're Kathy and Tim from Taste Life with Us.
Hi, I'm Albus Acosta, and I'm here with my husband, Ray Garrido. We retired 2.5 years ago and became completely nomadic. We sold everything, and we have been traveling the world. Right now, we are in Dubrovnik, Croatia, taking a hike up the mountain. But I wanted to share with you 2 nomadic tips. One of them is with regards to resetting your mindset. We came from 2 professional careers, raising 4 children, and we're working our butts off for years and years. And it's really hard to go from that mindset to the chill mindset and not just feel like you're being lazy and wasting your time. So one of the things we do when we're a bit agitated, trying to get somewhere for no reason, real quick, like we've been living our whole lives, is we came up with nicknames, kind of alternate identities. And mine is Crystal Bay, and my husband's is Cool Breeze. So whenever we're doing something, trying to get somewhere, and we're rushing for no reason at all, just because we're used to that, we call each other by our nicknames, and that helps us to reset. The second tip is with regards to connecting with family. That's one of the biggest challenges, particularly when you have kids and grandkids. We just had a grandchild this year, and one of the things that we decided to do, and it was actually the mom's suggestion, is to read a book to the grandchild and record it on a YouTube channel. And I made a private YouTube channel. Well, it's not really private, but nobody looks for it. It's on my YouTube channel. I don't really have a YouTube channel. This is just for my grandkid. And I read the book to them, and that way they get to see our face and hear our voice. And it's working because she just started seeing my face and calling me abuela, abuela. So I think it's working. Also, I do the books in Spanish because my kids are trying to teach my grandchild to speak Spanish. So that's an extra bonus. So it's kind of like a Spanish lesson, get to know your grandparents, and my husband also does cameos in the book. We also film these books in cool locations, like one of the ones that I'm going to link with this is one that we did on the Camino Compostela. It was a book about cows and farm animals, and I did it in front of a bunch of cows and farm animals, and it was really cute, so I'm going to link that up. But those are our two tips for you, and it's a wild ride. Enjoy it. And again, this is Albus Acosta and Ray Garrido, my husband. I'm going to turn the camera around to him.
Hello.
Okay. All right. Thanks, everybody. Bye.
Hi, we're Aaron and Sandra from Travel Blocks.
And thanks, Chris and Steve, for allowing us to share with you how we became nomads and our top tip.
Our top tip for being a nomad is just go.
That's right. And what we found was if we look at the end goal of traveling full time, what we have to do to get there, and what kept coming up time and time again was start early. Start early. Start everything early.
Yes, start your decluttering early, but start traveling. Start traveling early as well.
So our top tip is just go.
Hello, you've reached the Podojils.
And we're not home right now.
And today we're giving you a nomad tip, which is don't overthink your planning. Be flexible and be ready to change on a moment's notice. Because number one, not everything that you read on the internet is going to turn out to be 100% true.
Hey G,
Yeah.
so this guy, Token Traveler 420, says we can swim with the capybaras.
I want to do that.
Who doesn't want to swim with capybaras?
Turns out, I don't want to swim with the capybaras.
And number two, the you that planned the trip in March is not necessarily the you that shows up on the trip in September.
We spent months planning across the United States trip. We have a camper van. We're going to visit all the national parks. And 2 weeks before we launched, we just said, we don't want to do that. Didn't feel right. So we sold the van and we bought plane tickets to Bangkok.
And sometimes you plan a great dinner, find a place on Google Maps, negotiate the trains, you get there, and now it's a dry cleaner.
Well, there's a noodle shop across the street. Years ago, we were in Italy. We were going to go to Pisa, see the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Along the way, there's a little town called Lucca that's on the train line. We got off the train, we wandered around. We fell in love with it, and we just hung out there all day. We just went to the little markets. We sat in the cafe on the town square. We drank wine. Never made it to Pisa.
Still haven't been. So sometimes the best laid plans just need to be tossed out the window. You can plan an epic adventure and then it just falls apart. And you need to give yourself some grace.
A disaster of a day can turn into a good learning opportunity. Nope. The capybaras do not smell good. There's no way I'm going in.
Hi, I'm Shay from No Home Just Roam, and my number one tip for nomad life is to do nomad life exactly how it works best for you.
So what do I mean by the fact that my biggest tip is that you should just do nomad life your way? Well, here I am in the middle of our car, which is a 2004 Toyota Corolla, and we have been driving around the United States for 7 years in it. this is because that is what worked best for us. We aren't RV people. We aren't van life people. We like to stay in hotels. We aren't carry-on people. As you can see, we have a lot of stuff with us. It's also pretty much everything we own in the world, though. We're also traveling with our little dog. And so we have to look for accommodation that's dog-friendly. There's just so many different factors into what works best for us. For us, having our old car that was paid off and has great gas mileage was the best nomadic choice for us. For us, driving around the US so our dog could travel with us easily was the best choice for us. It started out at 5 years. We sped up, we slowed down, and eventually we settled on 7 years. These are the sorts of things that being a nomad means that you can make your life how you want it to be. So while you're out there following other nomads and learning about different types of nomadic life, be it a digital nomad or fire or any of these other things, the best thing that you can do is figure out what works best for you. You don't have to only have a carry-on. You don't have to use house sitting services. You don't have to have a nomadic job. You don't have to sell your house. You can keep these things or you can get rid of them. Everything that you need for your nomadic life needs to work best for you. So think through these things. Think through all of the things that are important to you. Now, get ideas, get tips, get suggestions, like this video with all of these different nomads coming together to give you tips. This is what that life is all about, helping each other figure out what works and what doesn't. But the most important thing that I can say to you is to make sure that what you're doing for you is the best thing that fits with everything that you want from your nomadic life.
Hi, I'm Retired Rick.
And I'm Daphne, and we're from Retired Nomad Adventures. We've only been nomading for about 2 months now, a little over 2 months, so we really wanted to make sure we thought of a tip that's been super helpful for us that we thought might benefit you. And so the tip that we have for you has to do with budgeting and making sure that you stay within your allotted budget. So Rick?
The one tip that's really nice is get an app called TravelSpend. TravelSpend is a budget app where I use the free version. There's also a version where you can pay for it, but the free version works perfect for us, where when I arrive at a location, I put in our accommodation costs and also our reoccurring costs for the month, and it just takes off from there. And each day I input what we spend, and it tracks our spending and tells us what we can spend per day. So if we go over on one day, then it recalculates it and tells us what we can spend the next day. So it might be less, it might be more, but it's just a way for us to be able to track our budget and to know that we're going to make our budget at the end of the month.
Yeah, and it's quick and it's easy, so you just plug it in kind of as soon as we leave a grocery store or a restaurant. Rick plugs that in right away. It'll recalculate for us, and so it has been a great tool for us to be able to know that we're going to meet our budget. What's it called again?
It's called TravelSpend.
TravelSpend, and we just use the free version. And then the bonus tip I have is that I would say that the way that people think duct tape is sort of the be-all, end-all, I would say for nomads, my be-all, end-all are baggies. So we have different size baggies sort of for everything, and we use them for food storage. If we have a pack of cheese, we put it in there so the cheese stays fresh. All different food storage. What else do we use it for?
If we go to the beach, we'll put our phones in there. I know there's other things that you can protect your phones with, but it's just to keep water from being splashed on it. Driver's license, money, whatever it is. But baggies
we use them
a need
all the time. And then, of course, when we pack and we go, we are able to organize different things in these baggies also. So that's a little bonus tip for you. So we hope this was helpful.
Bye.
Bye.
Hi, I'm Rob.
I'm David.
We are 10 degrees warmer, and a big thank you to Chris and Steve for having us on the channel.
Thank you.
So we wanted to come up with a good travel tip for you, and we came up with one that I think is really helpful.
It's a really good one.
We really like it ourselves. And that's when you first start traveling, everything is super exciting. You go to a museum, you go to the
grocery store.
Yeah, everything, walking down the street, churches, it's all new and exciting. But after a while, like every church kind of basically looks the same.
People call it fatigue.
Yes.
Church fatigue, cathedral fatigue, museum fatigue, ruin fatigue.
Where it's not that the thing isn't amazing, it's just that you've seen
done
so many
much
of them that it starts to blend together in your head. And so it becomes very important, because we don't want to be bored when we travel. We want to find ways to make those same things still be really interesting. And the way you do that is by the use of quests. Now, this sounds really silly, and it is so effective. It's that you just give yourself something to look for. Instead of just looking at the whole big picture, you start looking for little specific things, and it makes so much of a difference. So what are some examples?
We went to the British Museum.
A great museum.
Great museum.
We've been to a lot of museums.
And it was a tiring week. So we decided to look for birds at the British Museum. And we looked on every piece of art in that entire museum to find birds.
I cannot tell you how much fun it was, because we each had our camera and we're like, we're going to take pictures of every bird that we find.
On pots.
And then you're just
on
looking
sculptures.
for all that stuff, where it's before, like, you can walk through a room and you're like, oh, this is a really nice room. But then when you're like, I need to find the bird on the pottery, and you're looking at every little thing, like, we looked at so many more pieces of art
I was
in that
probably
museum.
more engaged in that museum than I've been in a museum in a long time.
Because we had something specific we were looking for.
Another thing we did once was in Cuenca, we discovered that there were vampire graffiti art all over the city. So
no idea why.
So we started taking pictures of the vampire graffiti. Since we were looking for it, we would go out and explore more of the city than we would have if we were not looking for this.
Yes, it was the same with the guy in Athens, RTM1. Here in Kuala Lumpur, we're looking for the national flower is the
hibiscus.
The hibiscus. And so we've just been taking up pictures of hibiscus all over the city. It doesn't matter what it is. It can be totally random. And in fact, sometimes the more random it is, the more fun it is. But as you start looking for these things, it just gives you something to do. It keeps you focused on all the cool things that are all around you and can be a lot of fun.
And you just pick something you love. We know someone who traveled the world looking for every Oreo cookie flavor they can find.
Yes.
There's hundreds.
So probably our favorite quest of all of them is bird watching. We are bird watchers. We've talked about this before. We think it is the perfect hobby for long-term travelers because it is just a worldwide treasure hunt.
And you can do it anywhere.
Yes.
You can do it at a park, you can do it in the mountains, you can do it in the city, you can do it at the airport.
We have birded at airports because no matter where you go in the world, there are birds there, and there's going to be different birds in different places. So there's always something new to look for. That is our favorite quest, but it doesn't matter what you choose. We really want to challenge you. Go out, pick a quest, wherever city you're in right now, just spend an afternoon looking for something. Whether it's a grocery store or a picture or a thing, go out and try and find it. Take as many pictures as you can because for some reason taking pictures of things makes it more fun. Go out and do it. We think you're going to have a lot of fun with it. So that is our tip. Thank you, Chris and Steve, for having us. Good luck, everybody.
Oh my God, weren't those great?
Those were so great. I could watch those videos all day long. I bet you can too.
So do us a favor, subscribe to all of our friends. We'll put all of their links below. Most of them have YouTube channels, so help them out, give them a little love. And I really liked Dave's video about having a quest. So what is your quest? Please give us a comment below what your quest is and which was your favorite tip. We'll see you next week when Steve's a little bit more Camino'd, and I am too. Talk to you later.